Okay, we just graphed a basic log. Huh?
What was the asymptote for number 2?
Y equals 0.
Okay.
Okay, we just graphed a basic log. To graph all logs, this is what you want to do. These are the steps. Find the parent graph. And find the points of its inverse. Which is the exponential. Switch the x's and y's of the exponential to get your basic log graph, and then we're going to move it according to our transformations. So, let's say we wanted to graph this. Y equals negative log of x, log base 2 of x minus 3 plus 1. I'm going to write the transformations down first. So, remember, on the outside, it's a change vertically. On the inside, it's a change horizontally. Okay? Now the inside means inside the parentheses. Before, when we were doing exponentials, the inside meant in the exponent. So whatever's with the x, generally speaking, is horizontal. Whatever's outside is vertical. So what does this negative on the outside do?
Makes you go, make it like,
Flip.
oh yeah.
It flips how?
Vertically.
And how do you do that? It makes all the y's negative. Or it makes all the y's change sign. What does the x minus 3 do?
Horizontal change, still right.
Good. Horizontal. Move right 3. Again, just to review, how did you find that? X minus 3 equals 0. Add 3 to both sides. X equals positive 3. That's why it's moving right 3. And then, what does the plus 1 on the end do? Good. Moves up 1. Anthony? Good job with your answer. Please keep the rest of your side comments to yourself. So now we're going to look at graphing it. The first thing says find the parent graph and find the points of its inverse. So, the parent graph is all the stuff without the nonsense around it. So in this case it's y equals log base 2 of x. What is the inverse of that? If you start out with a log, you have to get to a what?
Logarithm. Now, natural. 2x equals y.
2 to the x equals y. You have to go to the exponential. That's correct. 2 to the x equals y. Because we just said logs and exponentials are inverses of each other.
Right.
Now we're going to find the points of its inverse. So x, 2 to the x, so we'll have negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. 2 to the negative 2, 2 to the negative 1, 2 to the 0, 2 to the first, 2 to the second. What's 2 to the negative 2?
Negative 4. Negative 4.
Not negative 4. It doesn't.
1 over 4.
It's 1 over 4. It doesn't make it negative. It makes it into a fraction. So 1/4. 2 to the negative 1 is what? 1/2. To the 0 power.
1.
And to the first. 2 squared. Once you have these points, you don't need to look for the points over here. All you have to do is what? They're inverses, so what do? What do these x's become over here? Y. Good. So -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 1/4, 1/2, 1, 2, and 4. These are the points you will be using to graph. These are just helper points. Once we are done with this, we can abandon them. I'm going to write these points out. 1/4, -2, 1/2, -1, 1, 0, 2, 1, 4, 2. So this was the second step, was switching the x's and the y's to get your basic log graph. And the third step is to use these to change where they need to go. So it says flip vertically. What does it do? Makes all the y signs change, the y's change sign. So 1/4, +2, 1/2, 1, 1, 0, 2, -1, 4, -2. Then horizontal move right 3, so we add 3 to all these, right? So that's 3 1/4, 2, 3.5, 1, 4, 0, 5, -1, 7, -2. And the last thing says move up 1, so what do?
Add to the y.
Add how much to the y?
1.
So that gives us 3 1/4, 3, 3.5, 2, 4, 1, 5, 0, 7, -1. So now we're going to plot this. Now the asymptote for these is usually the y-axis. What do you think it's going to be now in y? It's not going to be the x-axis because it's still the same type of graph. It's still a log graph. But it's going to have to do with how much it's moved left and right. How much do we move it?
3.
3 to the right. So that means this is also going to move 1, 2, 3 to the right. So this is going to be our asymptote, and we can dot that in. And then we plot our points. 3 1/4, up 3. 3 1/2, up 2. 4, up 1. 5 is at 0, and 7 is at -1. A common question people ask is this. If it's log base 2, it's 2 to the x. What if it's log base 3? What do you think you're going to do? 3 to the x. If it's log base 5, what do you think you're going to do?
5.
Exactly. So when this base changes, this thing also changes.